Hey guys, what's going on? It is RogerDeath here, and I'm going to be trying something new. Instead of playing a game or showing a replay of it, I'm going to grab a replay off of the PBE, which is what you see right now. I have notes over here on my other monitor, and we're going to go over this and we're going to analyze this replay. If this turns out to work really well, I'll do this on a fairly regular basis. So we're going to go ahead and watch. This is supposed to be renamed, but apparently it decided to not rename. First analysis, there we go. We're going to go ahead and watch first analysis. Now, from the get-go, this is a platinum level game in ranked on the PBE. Does that necessarily mean anything? I believe it does, because there's actually only one guy in Challenger on PBE, I believe. So it's a highly, highly competitive fight. Now, let's skip to a minute and a half in. Well, we'll start our analysis, so we get an idea of where everybody's going. We're actually going to skip back a little bit, because I forgot something happened here. So, Caitlyn places some traps down and decides she wants to find Misfortune and try and duel her. Well, Misfortune's got better items. She's got better items, and so Caitlyn takes a lot of damage, and she's forced back right away. Now then, something unusual about this game is that it's an interesting mix here. We have a good team composition over here on blue team with a solid ADC in Caitlyn, AP Teemo mid, Nidalee support, which is a bit unusual. You usually see Nidalee being solo top or mid, focusing on AP, Renekton top, and Yorick jungle, which is something I started doing. Now, the difference here is that he actually has no attack damage, and he's going to start with his W. This is going to slow. I'm going to go a little faster, but it's going to take a toll on his sustain really quickly. However, if we look at the purple side, we have a team that focuses a lot on attacking, don't we? We have Quinn, who of all people is going top. Interesting, but I believe she can do it. She does have a very powerful blind, and she does a lot of damage. Just naturally. We have the ADC Misfortune down bot with Leona support. Great support. Riven jungle, so that's 3 people that do a lot of physical damage. And then we have Yi, who has an interesting mix of attacking, of doing that whole, hi, I don't need to build attack damage items to attack you and make you hurt. Thanks to Wuju style. So, whereas one team is more balanced, I honestly think that purple team is a little more specialized into doing physical damage, not so much magic. Just because the magic damage that'll be coming from their team is sporadic. It's really going to be Alpha Strike from me, and anything Leona does. Because if I remember correctly, none of these abilities, none of the damage, well, Misfortune does it too, but still, none of the damage that Quinn does is magic based. And Misfortune's a massive auto attack champion, where as only half her abilities do magic damage, and they're not that huge of a threat usually. So that said, let's also look at this. Nidalee is trapping the river really well. She's providing lots of traps in here, so that it's hard to gank this bot lane. It's a very nice move. If we look at Misfortune, we don't see a lot of sustain from this bot, do we? We see an aggressive bot, but Misfortune doesn't take the easy route and make sure she can stay alive by getting potions in 3 pots, boots and 3 potions. Dude. Or starting with a starting with a longsword is riskier just because you don't get the stats from the other stats from the Doran's Blade, but it still would have been a decent choice because it costs less and you can still buy health potions. You have better sustain when you need it. Because a health potion gives 150 health. A Doran's gives 5 health on hit. That means you have to hit a lot to be able to make up that amount of health. So that was kind of a weird choice. Interestingly, though, both tops are taking the Elixir of Fortitude. I wonder if this is going to see something we're going to be... I wonder if this is something we'll be seeing more of on live and in every game. So, we're going to breeze through this at 2 times speed, stopping and hitting certain points. So, Misfortune's going back. And for now, not really anything's going to be going on. We're going to skip ahead to 4 times. AFK there for a bit. Quinn gives Riven the leash and goes up to deal with Renekton. Nothing unusual there. I'm going to do analysis at a big analysis at 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and 30 minutes. As you can see, this is a 36-minute replay. So that is going to encompass the big points I want to hit. So we see Master Yi get down low, but oh hey look, you are oh wait, no, he's got meditate. Never mind, he's not broken at all. So Riven's almost dead from jungle. First blood's taken by blue bot. It's actually Nidalee that gets it. No, Caitlyn does get it. Nidalee picks up the second kill. Under the tower. Top, both sides are struggling. So first blood goes to blue team. 2 kills right away. Up a grand. Riven hurting because she did cloth and start instead of machete. That's an issue. So bot's gonna go back. Renekton's going back. Quinn's gonna stay. I really don't think she should have. She should have left at this point. I mean, yes, she's got another potion and she can do some damage to tower, but she could spend some gold and get like a longsword or something to do to be a little more useful. So, 5-minute mark has hit us. And so let's take a look at what's going on here. 5 minutes into the game, it's a very basic thing. None of that's going to have happened unless it's some really, really crazy game where it's an all-random omit. If we look, Renekton has gotten a late Doran shield. This would have been a better idea to start out with against Valor top, but I can guess that he didn't realize he was going to have Valor top or Quinn top. I call Quinn and Valor Quinn or Valor. Same champion. Yorick not gone back yet. 5 minutes in, fairly standard. He's working on his Omen of Pestilence more than he's working on Omen of Famine, which is great. It is something that you should do. Get 1 point in your E unless you're laning. If you are laning, max that Omen of Famine. Teemo mid, yeah, it's Teemo mid. It's getting amplifying tombs, do damage, potions, still being annoying. Nidalee is going pseudo AP, actually, with 2 Doran's rings. And Caitlyn has went ahead and just gotten boot speed and the Vampiric Scepter. That's going to allow her to do good damage and stay in lane better. It's certainly better than the sustain that Misfortune's got with her Crystalline Flask. Ugh. Crystalline Flask. I don't think it's worth it unless you are somebody that gets harassed very easily and uses a lot of mana to really get that. It's nice over time, but you have to use it a lot to justify its price. Especially when you could have just purchased a long sword and upgraded that into a life-stealing item like the Vampiric Scepter later. It's kind of an iffy choice. Leona, standard support stuff, getting the wards, working on her gold per 10. Riven elected to go for Madrid's Razors. Now, this I don't have a problem with because it's great on her. It really is. The armor is useful because she does need to be a tank because she is melee, as most junglers are. But she's really focused on that. She has to get right into the thick of the fight, and usually is. Health potions help her to stay alive in the jungle. Note that she's only level 3 though. Most junglers will clear and won't gank until level 4. Yorick is already level 4, and he hasn't gone back. Master Yi has gone back to get another Doran's Ring to make his already powerful meditate even more broken. He's actually skipping on Wuju style. He's probably going to get that last, judging by the way he's leveling his skills up now. And honestly, given that he's going straight AP, that's not a horrible idea. However, get a point in that early, and you get some extra damage for Alpha Strike. Quinn hasn't gone back, and so there's really not much to say about her build. The 15 attack damage from the Elixir of Fortitude is really going to help her out. So, who's really got the better position? It's Blue, but not by much, or Grand up. Early game, that can mean a big difference. Late game, it doesn't. So it really just depends on how the rest of the game goes, on whether that can translate into wins or not. So we do see that Quinn is having to go up against 2 top right now. Bot is doing some very effective harass. I mean, honestly, Caitlyn and Nidalee, they damn well better be. That would be terrible. They didn't. Yorick goes back, gets boots, a ruby crystal, and some health potions. Not going to be upgrading into a spirit stone. This is a move I get behind. So once again, kill bot. Nidalee barely surviving. Renekton barely surviving. And Teemo really barely surviving. And are we going to pick up the misfortune? No, we're not. Renekton getting the kill on Quinn. Not a huge deal. Oh, Riven just a second late with the stun. If she'd been a little bit faster, gotten boots maybe, she would have been able to pick that up. Probably. I will make no guarantees on that. So, bot, like I said, bot is definitely harassing very well. Yorick jungle is amazingly stupid good. Teemo taking blue. Riven trying to fight him and taking a large chunk of her health away in the process. And even Yi, who can meditate, does lose a nice chunk of health. Renekton's able to trade pretty effectively with Quinn, who's working on getting a fast brutalizer, it looks like. Going to double longsword. And it looks like we're going to have our first tower down on the purple side. So, blue gets the first tower at a little over 8 minutes in the game. 8.5 minutes in the game. It's a pretty fast at bot tower. Quinn is shifted into using Valor to escape from Renekton, who's actually kicking their ass right now. And unfortunately, it's really not going to mean much because, hi, I'm Yorick, I'm diving you. I'm going to keep running, and she does manage to get somewhat to safety and go back. Now, are we going to see our first kill here for the purple team? Yeah, it looks like it. We've got a Riven down there as well. Yes, she's dead. Lee Sin bot, aka Master Yi, picks up the kill. Renekton working on top tower. Teemo working on middle tower. Both lanes completely missing. With the Nidalee support to help out Teemo, there's not really much that's going to happen. Lee Sin bot forced to meditate and then immediately breaking it with a flash. Very, very risky move. Could have easily died there. Oh, and Nidalee gets caught out of position. That's okay. It's a Nidalee. She'll live. Leona also taking some good damage. Oh, but gets the good stun off on Teemo. Now, the 10-minute mark is coming past, a little behind, just because I was looking at that fight. So now let's take another look at the items and everything, and how the situation in the lanes are. Rennington's gone back multiple times, and it's gotten, you know, he hasn't really gotten much. He's gotten Boots of Speed and a Ruby Crystal. But he's got his ult, which gives him a lot of sustain. He's still got that Elixir of Fortitude going. He's in a great position against Quinn right now. He is up a kill and has better farm. Moving down into mid, Teemo is being Teemo and annoying and is trying to get attack speed and ability power to just be really annoying with his poison. Nothing wrong with that. Not the best build in the world, but it works. Nidalee support hasn't gone back since we last looked at her items. She's going to have a lot of gold to spend. In fact, she does at 600 gold. It's enough to get a decent item. Yorick picking up the Kindle Gem for cooldown reduction, and it looks like he's going to be working on a tier soon because he did pick up the Fairy Charm for that. And last but not least, we have Caitlyn here, who is pretty fed at 2-1-1. Has given up the only kill on her team. Vampiric Scepter was last time, but she's gotten a BF Swords instant, and they took this bot tower. That's going to allow much easier farming for her. And the blue team, however, or purple team, however, we're not seeing, it's not such a good sight. Quinn has roughly the same thing, as a little bit less than Caitlyn does, but she's also got a lot of less gold, less attack damage, not as much move speed. And Rennington getting Boots of Speed and the Slice and Dice. That's a lot of movement he's got. It's dicey not getting quick move speed against him. Riven in the jungle really hasn't picked up much. Finally got the boots. And ganks aren't the greatest. She's definitely been focusing more on the jungle, whereas Yorick's been ganking more, and it shows in their levels. But Yorick also has no assists apparently. Wow. Even though Riven has one. Yorick is a level behind, but he's Yorick. He's got early game damage. Leona has her Philosopher's Stone. She's got bot warded okay. Or she's got what needs to be warded at least. She's got the ward up there for mid. And then Dragon warded great. Misfortune down bot. Still annoys me, that Crystalline Flask. And she's picking up mana potions. Don't do this. Please. Please don't do this. Not on an ADC. You need to focus your gold onto your big items. Crystalline Flask is going to be sold off fairly quickly, and unless you've used... There was a breakdown of the math on Reign of Gaming, and you have to use it something like 6 or 7 times. And get the full effect every time for it to have... the cost to have been worth it over potions. But getting potions in addition to it is not a good choice in the Boots of Speed. Master Yi is getting ready to go back, most likely, so let's let him go back, and we'll check. Oh no, he's just going to meditate. Okay. So, we're going to speed up again. Quinn, unfortunately, is unable to really make any movements against big badass Rennington. In fact, she's dying very quickly to him. He's a very big bully. That's why a lot of people are playing him now, because they've realized that he's just doing so much damage. Rennington barely manages to live until he runs into the tower. Kill 2 for purple team. Although you have to remember, Rennington did also just pick up the kill on Quinn. So, you know, Caitlyn just pushing bot tower like a boss. No problems there. Like I said, able to push a lot easier and farm a lot easier because this tower's gone. Smart making the decision to back off. However, I think she could have taken Riven. I really do. Lots and lots of pings from Master Yi saying, hey, be careful, you idiot. Fall back. Teemo being mad annoyance, blinding the ADC. Yi walking into all the shrooms. and then getting engaged on. And very... And our first real team fight of the game erupts, and it's actually very one-sided for purple. Purple team just picked up all those kills that they were missing, and have tied up on kills. Still are until, oh look, it's Rennington. Oh crap. Lots of damage on a Misfortune, easily kills. Caitlyn picking up the Bloodthirster, and Leona just doesn't have the damage to deal with Rennington. Quinn's just forming a top. Not actually going to help out with the team fight. So that's an issue. Team fight happened, you leave the lane. Still no boots. She picked up a chain vest instead. That'll build later into a GA easily. But it was not a smart decision to get it so early, in my opinion. You wanted to get, should have gotten boots instead. Otherwise, it's looking really one-sided at this point because the tower's got. They took bot tower. They've got another kill. They're up a fair amount of gold so far. People are still trying to figure out how best to use Quinn. So I'm really kind of iffy on judging the performance too hard. It's not a huge deal. However, you know, York ult's amazing. If used right. Improper. She could have used the ult to get damage, but it's a kind of a good thing she did, and there's 3 of them there, and she probably would have died. That's a smart decision. Meanwhile, down bot, death to the support yet again. So, I mean, things aren't looking horrible for purple team. They're slightly behind, but there's definitely a lot of sloppy play. A lot of bad choices on items, and some countering, unfortunately. Riven hasn't contributed much, realistically, to the team, aside from the team fight. That was really her shining moment. Quinn, despite it being ranged, has a lot of problems dealing with him. And there we see our first dragon being taken, and it's by blue team. Oh, the targeting. My bad. Like, wait, dragon's still there. Purple team does actually get the kill on dragon. Big increase in gold for the team. That's actually almost going to level out. As puts them within 600 gold. Spitting distance. A long sword, basically, of their opponent team. So that dragon made a lot of difference, and it could have been, and it's a massive confidence booster for the purple team. Because now all of a sudden, hey, look at us. We have gold. Unfortunately, what's going to come of it? Really not much. We're going to see a fight break out there a little, but nothing really too big happening. Leona trying to deal with the Caitlyn, free farming bot until Misfortune shows up and they can pick up the kill. Leona miraculously surviving. Meanwhile, fight going on at mid. Oh hey, look, I'm Master Yi, I meditate. You don't hurt. Once again, tied up on kills, and the gold advantage is just barely there. That dragon makes that much of a difference. All the shrooms instead of them all. Rennington's still working on taking that top tower. Finally gonna get it just before the 20-minute mark, and we're gonna do our second big analysis. And this one we're gonna spend a lot of time on, because it is the 20-minute analysis. It's a big time. Bad engage here. This is really not good. Really, Riven gets taken out right away. Everybody else is out of position. Their team is constantly scattered. Caitlyn being in the right position to get the ult off to do good damage. Rennington taking a tower, and oh good lord, the damage. Kill for purple team, kill for blue team. 2 kills for purple team. 3 kills for blue team. Four total kills for blue team at the cost of 2 of their guys, plus they did pick up this first tower. 20-minute analysis. Let's go. So why am I placing so much emphasis on the 20 minutes? If your team is already wanting to surrender, this is what they're going to be looking at. And so we need to objectively look and see what we know. Let's take a look at visibility just from blue's side. Blue doesn't see all that much, really. They see a bunch of skulls over here and a significant lack of outer towers. However, 2 of their players are really badly injured and must go back. We have one, Reese just respawned and ready to fight, and Remington, who has just gone back and is getting healed. Looking at the items, Caitlyn is definitely in a massive advantage here. Bloodthirster and a Blade of the Ruined King. It's going to give a lot of attack damage and some good attack speed. Unfortunately, it came too late because she was only able to pick up the Blade of the Ruined King. Did she have that during that team fight? I don't think she did. But I don't think it's announced it either. Oh, because I'm in the chat. It's apparently she. Yeah, I don't know. Let's look. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. Mouse, I need to quit hitting you. Chat. I am moving chat around even though I don't want to stay over there. Okay. So, she did have the Blade of the Ruined King during that fight. Okay. But, again, I can't move around by... that's annoying. I wonder if it's just because... Let's play... Oh my god. The replay functionality is very buggy still. Okay. Can we do? No, we can't. Let's try it. Manual can. No. Okay. All right. It's being very. Okay. Really? Okay. Now. Oh. Wow. I had to skip. Okay. Whatever. 20-minute analysis. Like I was saying, Caitlyn's got the advantage here. Lots of damage. Lots of lifesteal. Lots of ways to get her health back. Not as much move speed, which isn't a huge deal. Because she sits in the back and shoots everybody to death. Not a real big deal. York going at a supportish build. I actually completely skipped his. Completely skipped getting a Tear of the Goddess, which is very, very unusual to say the least for York. It gives him the ability to spam so much and so hard that is almost a necessity on him to get it at one point. However, he does have the mana regen from Shirelia's Reverie, so that helps alleviate that. Plus, the movement speed bonus, great for a team. Support or not, it's a great item for somebody to have on the team. Teemo just being an annoyance, not really getting any kills, but getting a lot of assists. Going AP Teemo, Malady, probably going to get an Asher's Tooth next. Makes his shrooms hurt. Nothing really to say there. Nidalee, not aside from the fact that she's got Sightstone and wards, that doesn't look like a support build, does it? You know, whatever. Remington, though, is the powerhouse of the team. Barely getting away with his life. He's got lots of armor. They're ADCs. Quinn and Riven, well, pretty much everybody on their team that actually does damage, aside from Master Yi. He's countering them pretty good right now with this itemization. Now, what's he going for? Well, let's see. He's probably going to go for the most OP thing in the game right now, the Warmog. Gonna make him. Yeah, he's already this hard to deal with. He's gonna be even more insane to deal with once he finishes that. So, blue team, commanding position, good gold advantage, lots of towers. Purple team, Quinn did come back in that fight. I will give Quinn that. Based on the fact that Bilgewater and 2 Dagger, probably going to get a Blade of the Ruined King anyway. We actually see this if we let this play out for a little bit longer. Just because I did skip back. See? Bam. Alright. She's getting a Glacial Shroud as well. That'll help her tank better. Gives reduction, cooldown reduction for abilities. She's going a Bruiser build, and she's doing it so that she's sacrificing damage. Not necessarily the greatest idea on especially a ranged champion. You're not getting in the thick of things like Tryndamere, where that's okay. You're trying to stay as far out of the fight as possible, so that's kind of an interesting decision to do. Riven, Wheels Lantern into Brutalizer into Still T1 boots. I have an issue with the boots, the itemization, not so much. She'll probably end up selling this Wheels Lantern off late game. Yi, it's an AP Yi that didn't rush, and absolutely rush his death cap, and instead elected to get an Unholy Grail. He should probably have gotten that death cap. That would have increased his damage so much. A death cap gives 60 ability, or a Unholy Grail gives 60. Well, just from stats alone, the death cap gives more than that. And then it gives the 30% bonus. Yes, this has mana regen. This is cooldown reduction. And it also has the magic resist. But their team's not doing that much magic damage. The only one that really is Teemo. So that wasn't that was not a good item to rush. Leona going for a quick Aegis. Not a terrible item. I think it's a little early in the game to be getting one. Misfortune has a Bloodthirster finally. Berserker Graves still has that Crystalline Flask. It needs to be sold off. Same with the Norn's Blade. They're really not contributing much anymore. So this information, should Purple Team be surrendering? I don't think so. Just because, yeah, they are down gold. But a good team fight, a really good team fight, can clear this up. So let's go back into the game and let's see how this progresses. A little over halfway through the replay. So we do see the first tower being taken by Riven about 21 minutes into the game. That is the first tower that Purple Team's taken. Helps even up the gold some, but it's not much. It really isn't at this point. That's a third of the tower advantage that Blue Team has. That is not a lot that you just took back. Something else that I've noticed. Scattered is the term I want to use for Purple Team. A lot of these engages, they've had one player that's completely nowhere near them. And when they're already down, you need every player you can get. Unfortunately, this hasn't been happening. It's been engaging while we're down. It could be Riven, it could be Quinn. Somebody is just not there. Blue Team, on the other hand, is grouped, and if they're not, they're split pushing, and because they can, because they've got a fairly significant gold advantage. Because, hey, look, they back up to their tower advantage, and their gold's good again. Yay, Blue Team. Not a lot that Quinn's just farming up top. Not a lot that she can really do there. But a team fight kind of going down mid. I say kind of because it hasn't really gone. However, York snipes the kill thanks to a very strong Nidalee Spear, and then the ghouls just doing OP amounts of damage. Pause this for a second while I turn down the volume, because that's loud. If it's loud for me, it's loud for you. Alright, so Blue Team, another tower, and like I said, took out Master Yi. Good ult from Misfortune. Cleans up nicely. Double kill for Riven. Are they going to pick off the kill? Oh no, Leona died. Ooh, double kill for Misfortune now. Oh yeah. Ace for Purple Team. However, Riven's the only one left alive. That's not a lot. That's barely anything. Especially now that Caitlyn's actually building some attack speed. And Rannington got his Black Cleaver, and there's Leandry's Torment on Teemo, so don't ever hit those shrooms. For the love of God, don't hit a shroom or you're gonna die. Slow, painful, poisony death. Also, burn. So we've only seen the one dragon happen so far. And they're going to try for another one, or at least Riven is, and it's going to end up really, really badly. The Riven gets sniped off. They managed to pick up the Nidalee to make it a 1-for-1. But that's not what you want in a situation like this. Don't want to give them more of an advantage. Quinn pushing top. Wait, no. I need to get out. Yes, you do. Because pain was coming your way. Blue team's got great warding. They've got wards, be it due to actual wards or Teemo shrooms being lolzy, on a lot of the map, and then they have traps. They have great sight potential. See a Dragon Dance going down here at 25 minutes in the game. And it's going to result in an engage. Not the greatest, but it's going to get the job done because kills are going in favor of blue team. It is a 1-for-1 right now. And oh, hey, look, Teemo Shroom. Also, Caitlyn runs away. And Teemo. So it was a 2-for-1. Blue team just lost a kill there. Not a tremendous advantage gained or lost from either team. Great timing on the ult from Yi baiting out the Caitlyn ult, and we're going to see Master Yi pick up the kill, and Leona will live. So now it's a 2-for-2. Oh, hey, look, Yorick Spirit Stone finally. He's kept that damn machete all game. He figures I might as well do something with this. So he does. Yi looking around for wards, making sure Dragon's not warded. Takes out the one ward they have there. And hits the trap just so that they know, hey, you can't see what's going on here anymore. Speeding things right along. You see teams are tied in kills, but purple team is still lacking in gold a little. A single dragon is kind of unusual, and Quinn just tanking that spear like a boss. No problems. It's unfortunate for the purple team that, you know, Caitlyn got so fed. She's 7, 8, and 5. She's given up kills, but oh god, she's got a she's got a hurricane. Meanwhile, team fight going on up here, and it's looking to be in, yes, it is most definitely in purple team's favor, getting lots of the kills. 2 kills for 1 so far, for 1 death. And they're going to pick up the Fed Rennington, which is nice. 2-for-2. 3-for-2. 4-for-2. Yeah, 4-for-2. That is in purple team's favor. And we're going to see Quinn try and fight, but she ends up vaulting right into a Caitlyn trap, and that hurt the team fight potential. Or the fight potential. So, we're going to speed things up along here again. Top's being pushed in pretty good by minions, while Quinn and Misfortune want to keep chasing down Caitlyn. Why? I really don't know, because hey, look, here's Teemo. Goodbye, Quinn! There's that painful burning poison I talked about earlier. Coming into factor. 30 minutes. So I'm going to delay this because, look, we're going to go get Dragon. Yay! Dragon! Second Dragon of the game goes to the blue team. Now that has occurred, let us evaluate the situation again. Caitlyn going mad DPS. Great attack speed, nearly 2 and lots of damage. Can build nothing but damage at this point on. She doesn't need any more attack speed. She can get survivability. And she will still do plenty of damage to win team fights. Through auto attacks or through her ability. That actually does physical damage. It scales off 80. Yorick. Spirit Stone? Really, man? Really? This late? Really? I'm not sure what he's building with the Sapphire and the Ruby and the Giants. That's kind of an unusual trio of items. Meanwhile, we see Teemo. Yep. He's got a Fiendish Codex. He is definitely going for an Asher's Tooth. My only reason I remember this is because I play Kale. At least I used to. We see Lock of the Iron Solari, another supporty item on Italy. She's doing good. She's got lots of assists. It's only 2 kills. She's only KS twice. That's not too bad for Nidalee at least. You know, Nidalee is a very, very easy champion to secure kills with because of the spear. And Renekton. Oh boy, lots of health. He's got armor. I was wrong. He decided to go for a Sunfire Cape instead of getting a Warmog. But it looks like I'm also not wrong because he's getting a Warmog. Giant Spelt, Ruby Crystal, Rejuvenation Beads. I wonder what he's building. Could it be what I thought? Yes, it is. There's nothing else that those items will build into. That would make sense for this team. So, purple team. Quinn. Getting... looks like Frostborn Gauntlets? I don't know. The hell does Glacial Shroud builds into 2 things. Frozen Heart and... yeah, she has to be getting. I mean, let's admit it. That's what she's getting. Glacial Shroud is not a good item unless you're getting lots of armor, your Rise, your tank. It's okay if you're getting Iceborne Gauntlets. But again, you're in the back. You're not a melee champion. Why are you getting armor like that? It's the last thing you want to be getting is survivability. Home guard boots, great if your team's losing and their team is losing. Not by much, though. I'll come back to that. Riven. Oh, hey, look. Warmog. Go figure. There's like an average of 2 built a game. At least. We'll see, too, probably. Got 6 minutes. We'll see if Frankton has the time to go back and get one. Yi having his death cap. Okay, he does damage. He's an AP Yi. He's shown that he's not one mid game. He's not one early game. He's not one mid game. He's effectively useless. Unfortunately, that's the sad truth, and that's why he's out of favor so much. He's down to leveling up the Wuju style, so he can take a tower with that awesome lighting effect there. Oh, the fire was gone. That was cool. Leona gets Shirley's Reverie. She decided to take after Yorick, still only having an Aegis. Boots and mobility are great for support, and especially an aggressive one like her, where she needs to be able to get into the fight quickly so that she can stun bot like crazy. Misfortune, Dorn's Blade. Still got a Dorn's Blade, still got a Crystalline Flask. Sell those items, get what you're working on. Which, to my guess, she's got a pickaxe. She's likely going to build... that's right, on the PvE, this doesn't build out of a pickaxe anymore. Blade of the Ruined King doesn't build out of pickaxes. I can't pull up a shop interface to show you. But it doesn't anymore, as far as I remember. So, what's she going to be building? The logical choice here is an Infinity Edge, so I'm going to say she's building an Infinity Edge. Gives her more damage, it gives her more crit chance, so she'll have, what, 50 or so? I just keep losing track of how much IEs give, because it's not as great of an item in Season 2 as it was, or Season 3 as it was. Purple Team's only down, you know, what, 2.5 gold, 2.5k gold, 2,500? That's not too bad, but they're down 4 towers. Let's be honest here. When you've lost this many towers, that's not you don't have a whole lot of things going for you. Now then, let's wrap this game up, shall we? Yee. I'm gonna take this tower, fixes some of the gold issues, and I'm only down 3 towers. Unfortunately, push mid. And team fight, and that team up poison. A lot of damage being caused. Renekton deciding, what the hell. Hi, I see you. Eat that. However, York's gonna get picked off. Love my notification. Caitlyn picking up the ace. So Caitlyn and Italy are the ones left. Great, great, great for pushing. Nothing wrong with pushing in this situation. It's the right thing to do. The first person that's going to be up. There's an average of 2 Warmogs built in a game. In 2 seconds, 2 Warmogs were built. Boy! I think Warmogs are a little overpowered, isn't it, if everybody's buying the damn thing. So, inhibitor goes down for purple team. Behind in kills, behind in towers. Significant gold disadvantage. Yeah, kind of. Quinn gets kill on the fed Caitlyn. So tight on kills. Still very behind in towers. Quinn indeed gets the Iceborne gauntlets. Not great. For range, definitely not great. I wouldn't recommend it. And yeah, this game looks to be just about over. Purple team's pretty far behind, and not just in kills. I mean, if you look at their overall gold, they're really not that far behind. It's the difference of where all their gold is and how it's being used. Teemo barely surviving the fight up there. Quinn gives up another kill. Really, it's 2 people that have all their gold on both teams, but it's not to the same amount. So, take another tower, put them farther behind. So what are we gonna do? Well, push a little more. Why not? Coming up on the closing minutes of the game. Really, what could have been done better? There's a few things. Baron's being taken by blue team. Purple team knows it. Powerless to do anything about it. And team fight does not end well at all. For purple team, they lost one of their big sources of damage and their stun bot. This is one of those cases where push to win works, especially when Quinn decides to give up 3 kills. Caitlyn just shoots all the things and basically pushes to win the game. So, what? Oh god, that was weird. So what could have been done here? Oh, holy crap, that actually does get rid of the victory screen. What could have been done? I don't care about respawning inhibitors. Technically, the Nexus is already gone. So what could have gone better? Well, the Caitlyn Misfortune duel. It did not go well for Misfortune. And I think part of that is because Caitlyn's longer range and pure physical damage and upfront attacking just it stops them in their tracks. Full stop. It does. It's a lot of damage really quickly. The traps for a stun, awesome. Leona Misfortune bot should have won that lane. I'm not going to dance around that. They should have won that lane. And why? It's a freaking Leona. Stun bot 2.0. Alistair was 1. The only way you can really lose a lane is if you're camped. And I didn't see camping from Yorick in any lane. Some bad early duels. originally put Galen down, but misfortune. I don't know what happened with her. Maybe AD carry is not the best role for her. Maybe it is. I don't know. Mid. It's an AP Yi. Come on, really? That's not a very competitive pick. I don't like saying that. Competitive pick. But AP Yi just got nerfed. It is not as good as it used to be. It is not a viable strategy anymore. You want to go with a heavy caster. No, I don't know the ban orders or anything for these guys. But would have been at most third pick. Lee Sin bot, aka the Master Yi, is third pick. They hadn't picked their mid yet, or if they had, it was Teemo, and they thought, I can counter. More likely than not, that wasn't what happened. Especially after seeing Yorick. So, AP Yi, don't pick it, please. It's not as good as it used to be. And, you know, top was really a matter of Riven not ganking. I blaming the jungler is something that's become popular, and in this case, I'm legitimately going to say the jungler was at fault. There were let's watch at really fast speed. We're going to go 8 times and watch for a gank from Riven for top. We're going to see when that first gank shows up for top, if it even shows up.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I mean, that's the thing. Every lane needs their ganks. And it's not looking like, based on what I've recalled from the 2 times I've watched this replay now, Quinn ever got Riven top. Which is hurtful. Yorick is up there around 5 minutes, nearly picks up a kill, and leaves. Riven ganks mid at 6 minutes, but fails. First gank comes after Quinn's death. At 6 minutes and 45 seconds in. That's not a gank, by the way. Come on, there we go. If we're looking strictly for ganks, really, I don't think a gank, like I said, I don't think a gank actually happens top.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Not one for purple team at least. 10 minutes in, at least one gank should have occurred, even if it didn't end very well. So honestly, I'm gonna blame the jungler here. I know, like I said, it's a popular thing to do now. It's a way of assuring yourself, hey, I'm good. But Riven never ganked top. Yorick was there twice. The only time Riven showed up top was after Quinn died to cover the lane. That is another point of issue. That's another issue. And unfortunately, that's one that's really, really important. A lot of tops require ganks. The other thing about top is Quinn is a new champion. Been out for a matter of days. Not even a week yet. And you take him into a ranked game? That's a little unusual now, isn't it? Now, this was on the front page. There was a game of Lugia's on the front page, and I followed her just because it was an easy name to remember. And I picked this game, Quinn, in a ranked game. I'm like, oh, hey, that might be kind of cool. Let's look at that. And I'm actually just quite disappointed by really everybody. I mean, let's look at the end scores. 5, 9, and 11. 4, 5, 10. 2, 7. Okay, that one's okay because that's the support. Lots of assists. That's the important stat for the support. But it was too little, too late. And yeah, this is my first analysis. It went on a lot longer than I thought it would, but that's not saying much considering day 9 will take an hour-long thing every day. 4 or 5 days of the week. So, League of Legends games tend to also be longer than StarCraft 2 games, but this is my first live, semi-planned analysis of a game that was not mine. I would like to know what you guys think. If you think this is a good way to go about looking at how to improve play and what things to be on the lookout for as you're playing. Let me know if you think that this is a totally bad idea. Also let me know. I just want some feedback from my viewers, you guys, obviously, on if this should continue to be a thing or if it shouldn't. That said, this is RogerDeath signing off. If I can get Xsplit to stop working. Sometimes my hotkeys just don't want to work. Like I said, see you next time.